The Macron spectacle versus the Trump snub, a national embarrassment.
Welcome back to UK Brief. Before starting, subscribe to the channel, like, and write your opinion in the comment.
From across the Atlantic, it is frankly shameful to see Britain roll out the red carpet for Emmanuel Macron, while plotting to silence President Donald Trump, the man who stood firmly by Brexit and remains one of our truest allies. Golden carriages, military fanfare, and a lavish state banquet at Windsor Castle, attended by the likes of Mick Jagger and Hugh Grant, all for a European figurehead who openly mocked Britain's independence. Meanwhile, Trump, a vocal supporter of British sovereignty and a critic of the EU's overreach, is being deliberately sidelined. His upcoming state visit in September is being stripped of the honours traditionally extended to allied leaders. Parliament, off-limits, speeches, denied. Why? Is Labour afraid he'll expose the havoc they've wreaked? Macron's visit was an undeserved parade of pageantry. 1,000 soldiers on Horse Guards parade, full royal attendance, wreath-laying at statues of de Gaulle and Churchill. A speech beneath paintings of Waterloo and Trafalgar, historical ironies that all but mocked his presence. Why the hero's welcome for a fleeting friend? Macron's honeyed words about an entente cordiale and a new chapter barely veiled his contempt for Brexit. He described it as a shock driven by lies and false promises, as if the British people were too dim to choose their own path. Let's not forget, during negotiations, he stalled extensions, pushed a hardline Irish backstop, and dangled defence cooperation in exchange for fishing concessions. Not exactly the behaviour of a trusted partner. His vision of a European army portrayed as complementary to NATO is seen by many as a threat, prioritising French prestige over Allied interest. And yet, Keir Starmer lays out the red carpet for this arrogant Eurocrat who's trampled Britain's interests time and again. Worse still, Macron's France betrayed Britain in the Channel migrant crisis. Despite Britain handing over £480 million to French police since 2014, crossings surged. 20,000 migrants this year alone, a 50% rise. Paris blames Britain's asylum laws and job market, calling the UK a migrant El Dorado, while escorting boats across to British waters. And we reward this with state banquets. Now compare this with Trump, the only leader who stood with us from the beginning. While Macron offered borrowed tapestries and empty gestures, Trump scrapped tariffs on British steel and cars. His relationship with King Charles and the royal family, built on mutual respect, puts Macron's pompous Westminster oration to shame. Yet Labour, terrified of Trump's plain-speaking truths, is attempting to mute him. His visit is scheduled to coincide with Parliament's recess, denying him a platform, a welcome, or a voice. Why? Because Starmer fears the truth, open borders, EU submission, and a betrayal of Brexit. This isn't diplomacy, it's cowardice.
Starmer's childish bid to cozy up to Europe, embodied in this overblown Macron visit, betrays the spirit of Brexit. The so-called reset in Anglo-French relations is nothing more than a French sleight of hand. Macron's record on Brexit, defence and migration is one of duplicity, not friendship. Labour's sidelining of Trump, timed to avoid both MPs and headlines, speaks volumes. Trump understands Britain's fight for freedom. He deserves a thunderous welcome, not a diplomatic cold shoulder. So here's an idea. Picture Trump denied Parliament, standing tall at a press conference with Reform UK, speaking directly to a nation desperate for honesty. Surrounded by patriots who share his vision, he could expose Labour's mess. The open borders, the EU appeasement, the erosion of sovereignty. That's the real majority, the Brexit majority, and they deserve a leader who will stand beside Trump, not hide behind Brussels. Trump's visit shouldn't be an embarrassment, it should be a rallying cry. For truth, for sovereignty, for Britain. We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news to you. If you enjoyed the video, please like, Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the UK Brief channel.